And we begin with a developing story 2 years in the making. Tonight we're learning more about a high-stakes prisoner swap involving 7 nations. 3 Americans are on a plane right now en route to Maryland, and they could be reunited with their families on American soil any moment now.
Marine veteran Paul Whelan was released from a Russian prison along with Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and Russian-American radio journalist Alsu Kurmasheva. This is a live look from the tarmac at Joint Base Andrews. President Biden and Vice President Harris are expected to meet with all 3 once they land.
Matt Howerton just spoke with the father of another American who was also wrongfully imprisoned abroad.
I don't want you to think it's not something that I constantly think about.
To hear the President of the United States say that it's moving.
This moment, a turning point for Joey Reed, his wife, and his son Trevor, who at the time in March of 2022, still wrongfully imprisoned in Russia. President Biden calling them personally as they raised awareness in Fort Worth outside one of his events, promising to bring the Marine home.
That was kind of our breakthrough day. We got to meet him about a month later at the White House. And then our son was home 30 days later.
Reed in his Granbury home Thursday when other American families like his experienced their breakthrough moment. A massive prisoner swap between Russia, the U.S., Germany, and Britain. 16 prisoners freed, 8 Russian convicts sent back to their homeland.
We kind of aligned ourselves with the Whelan family, both Paul and Trevor having been Marines.
One of which was Paul Whelan, a corporate security executive from Michigan, detained for spying, a 2018 charge the U.S. says was baseless.
I messaged back and forth with his brother today. They were afraid that he'd never get to see them again.
The U.S. sharing a photo of Whelan along with Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, also charged with spying in 2018, a baseless one, the U.S. adds.
They belong with their family, not in Putin's gulag.
Brian Whitmore is a former Moscow correspondent for the Boston Globe and now a professor at UTA who teaches courses on Russian foreign policy.
He was home visiting her family.
He personally knows 2 other prisoners released, Alsu Kurmasheva and Vladimir Karamurza, both Russian dissidents and journalists. Whitmore had Kurmacheva's family on his podcast weeks ago advocating for her release.
We have a regime in Moscow that takes hostages. It's a crime syndicate masquerading as a government.
And Paul Whelan, Evan Gershkovich, and Alsu Kurmasheva will be medically evaluated in San Antonio after they land in Maryland. Brooke Army Medical Center here in Texas, they offer post-isolation support to freed prisoners. Izzy?
All right, Matt, thank you.